The first day I started working when I was 12, it was like 90 degrees, it was really hot. And like within a few hours I wanted to go home. And like the first day, I quit the first day. It was too hard. Went back and I started working throughout the week. And when I got my check to help my mom with the money.
Que quería Silvana zapato, quería ropa. Y yo siempre le decía, pues hoy no porque tenemos que pagar la renta, o hoy no porque teníamos que pagar la comida, o hoy no porque teníamos que pagar gastos.
I started working at 12 because it was hard for my mom during that time, and I helped her with money. And I started working with her to be able to, so she could raise me and my sister at the time.
En mi caso, pues nada más estoy yo, le digo. Y entonces si quieres tus propias cosas, le digo, vamos y gánatelo. Silvana me ha ayudado. Desde entonces le doy gracias a Dios y a ella porque así pude sacar adelante. Para mí es una gran ayuda porque ya son 2 cheques lo que entra.
Ay. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Ay.
Es un problema muy grande y es sistemático, no es como la mamá de Silvana es mala y quiso meterla a trabajar, sino que el sistema hace que un campesino, una campesina sea pobre, sea de bajos ingresos porque la campesina gana un salario mínimo.
After a week of hot temperatures here in Kern County, reports tonight several farm workers have died.
Mi nombre es Vicente Reyes y he trabajado en el campo desde los 12 años.
We will begin now. The Subcommittee on Immigration and Citizenship will come to order. Without objection, the chair is authorized to...
Before I even finished the 8th grade, I had spent several seasons harvesting onions. It was hard work. When you harvest onions, you are on the hot ground without shade for hours and moving down the rows with your hands and knees.
Well, the first day, at first it was all kind of fun and stuff like that. And then it just got to the point where I felt really lightheaded and dizzy. And I wanted to go get a cup of water. And I could not see to where the truck was that contained the water. And I was looking for my mom and I couldn't find my mom. Eventually I just fell.
But I was frankly just shocked to hear you tell me that there is absolutely no protective gear given to any of your family or any of the workers around you.
All that we try to do on our part is we take either cloths, shirts, any bandanas, things that we have at our house, and we use that to protect ourselves the most that we can. But there is no gear that's been given to the farm workers.
The lack of protection stems from legislation back in the 1930s, and at a time when agriculture, was much larger, less mechanized, and it was completely different than it is now. So we don't think that these exemptions should exist any longer that allow children to work at such young ages. And it's important to note here that agriculture has significant hazards for kids. The injury rates and fatality rates are significantly higher than other work sectors. And so we don't think it makes any sense to allow kids to work in the one sector that is particularly dangerous.
"18 field workers possibly exposed to chemicals from pesticides while working in a field in Salinas."
Folks were complaining of were dizziness, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain.
When they spray the trees, like there's chemicals in the tree, everything, and it's a strong chemical. And me having asthma as a child, it was kind of hard for me to work, and coughing, sneezing all the time, itchy throat, runny nose, and trying to make it. It was hot. I was sweating. It was hard.
The kids are exposed to high levels of agrochemicals, including pesticides, and we don't really know what the long-term impact on those kids is going to be. We suspect that they are more vulnerable to pesticides than adults because their skin surface ratio is greater than adults. So there's a lot of concern there. Our kids 20, 30 years down the road are going to be getting cancer.
I wasn't able to go outside and play with other kids. I couldn't have fun like other kids would. They'd go sleepovers, they'd go, have ice cream with friends, and I'd just stay home and help my mom, watch my sister work outside. So I didn't have a normal childhood like other kids would have.
A veces ellos se sienten muy estresados y aparte de eso, deprimidos. Entonces, es bien difícil, es súper difícil esta parte de vivir totalmente aislados en el campo.
It was just, we grew up with that, working every summer and just trying to help pay the bills with her and trying to buy our own school supplies, our own clothes, so we wouldn't have to ask our mom.
They grew up too fast and they have to mature at a faster pace than any other child.
You don't really think about a childhood. I've never really thought that a child is really supposed to, at 12-year-olds, is supposed to have fun, exactly. I always thought that you were supposed to work.
I had a rough childhood. Age 7, I lost all my family. They were all deported, and I just stay home and help my mom, watch my sister work outside. So I didn't have a normal childhood like other kids would have.
Y la persona que es indocumentada no puede aplicar para estampillas, no puede conseguir ayuda federal ni estatal de ningún tipo. Entonces, o trabaja, o se muere de hambre, así tal cual.
Protesters took to the Bakersfield streets today to rally for immigrants and protest the recent ICE raids conducted in Kern County. 232 illegal immigrants were arrested.
And if our work is essential, would my parents and others be protected from detention and deportation? For my parents, this fear of deportation compels them to wake us up every morning and hug us as if it was the last day together. Foreign workers and the rest of our nation's undocumented immigrants deserve a path to legalization and citizenship that recognizes the essential role that we play in this nation.
Migrant Education Program. Federally funded programs designed to help migrant students whose families work in agriculture. Those families tend to move around a lot, so the kids frequently change schools. Officials say those disruptions can make learning difficult.
Para nosotros fue muy importante el hecho de que cuando llegamos hubo alguien que nos apoyó en esa parte y alguien que nos instruyó y se tomó el tiempo de darle tutorías extras a nuestro hijo para que pudiera salir adelante.
We work directly with school districts, and one of our major priorities is to help our students to graduate from high school.
Nuestro hijo, los siguientes 5 o 6 años, fue el primero en su clase durante todo ese tiempo, por esas tutorías extra que le dieron al principio cuando nosotros llegamos al condado. Entonces, esa es una de las partes muy fundamentales, que los niños se pueden recibir todos esos servicios que el programa puede proporcionar para un mejor futuro.
So I graduated June 25th of 2021. I still haven't gone to college because I've helped my mom. So like right now isn't like right time for me to go to college, but I do plan on going to college soon and getting a master's degree in childhood education or going to a law school. I'm stuck between those two right now.
So I want to go to college and study as much sustainable agriculture and sustainable farming as I can. And be a farmer. It's just, I want to be a farmer.
Our eventual hope of moving the CARE Act depends really on the public. If enough people contact their members of Congress and say, child farmers deserve protection, child labor on American farms is something that should disappear, Congress will act.
The country is relying on us, and we rely on you to recognize our contributions and the many ways in which our health, lives, and well-being are interconnected. Thank you.